I'm starved. So this looks like a pretty good place. It's a Mexican restaurant. So let's check it out and see. Thanks. Decided to go out and grab a bite to eat. So I'm at a Mexican restaurant down Sampson Street. I'll leave the link. But for now, I had this really, really good drink. Tastes really good. Forgot the name of it. What is the name of this drink? I have to see the name. Actually, it's really good. Guavo Mojito. Guavo Mojito. So it's a really nice spot because I like it. It's dim. I don't like a really light, especially when you're coming out for the evening, for dinner. I don't like for the spot be all extra lit. I like for it to be nice and dim. So I wish it had a live band though. Yes, thank you. They already took the menu, so I forgot what kind of salad it is, but it was really good. So this is my shrimp quesadilla. It tastes really good. It's good. It's a little bit spicy. But it has one of my favorite leaves on it, which is cilantro. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes, the rain has stopped, so that's good. Yeah, so the rain stopped, and that's good. We are having a good night. We're downtown, Center City. Boom. And while I should have been excited that they had cilantro on their open shrimp quesadilla, which is actually really flatbread pizza, it only reminded me of the chicken burritos, or what was it, chicken tacos that I had at Giant Supermarket, which was gross, and it almost made me vomit. If I didn't buy those barbecue potato chips to chase it down to keep me from vomiting, Giant Supermarket almost caused me to vomit from the new one that just opened up on 27th and Cherry. However, I bought the barbecue chips, chased it down, and I didn't vomit. But if I didn't, can you imagine? Like, what was that about? It was so What did they do to make me almost want to vomit? However, at the restaurant I was just at, the cilantro reminded me of it. While it's my favorite leaf ever, or it used to be, the cilantro on their shrimp quesadilla reminded me of the giant supermarket tacos that almost made me vomit. Anyways, it's about to start raining again, so let me hurry up and get back to my car. It is really coming down at this point. You can tell somebody else is having a really bad storm when it starts raining heavily here. I'm just glad I'm inside the car by now. Out in these streets, y'all. Love me a rainy night. Almost got hit, sir. Don't run the light now. That's when it's not my fault. You ran the light, sir. So I had this wine in the house. When I get back in the house, I might make me a cocktail. And just finish the night off with relaxation, some classical music. I listen to all types of music. So just like take it on me. Listening to some classic music with my cocktail and just wind down. Peaceful atmosphere. Peaceful zone. Just boom. There's no place like home, right? On them, switch the lights on them, switch the lights on them, switch the lights on them. Making my little cocktail. Boom. And I bought this from the market the other. Cucumber lime mint. It's really good. So it's like that cucumber vodka. You know that cucumber vodka? It gives you like that real clean taste. Yeah. So then I got my wine. That's good. That's always good. You could always put as much wine in it as you want. Now I got my rum. My rum. Boom. It's a good cocktail. That's good. I can make me a cocktail though. These drinks is good. Yeah. Just me for the night, chilling, relaxing, doing me. He already knows. Normally he would be in here with me, but he knows it's bath time, so he runs. But that's fine. Just making sure that the water is the perfect temperature for him. Not too cold, not too warm. And you all the time can't trust your hand, because your hand can sustain more hot than your arm. So I try to use my arm to see if it's warm enough. He's shaking. I don't understand. I get so many compliments on his coat. How shiny it is, how white and clean it is. I give him a bath once every season. So when the winter's here, I give him a bath. The first day of winter, the first day of summer, the first day of fall, the first day of spring, I give him a bath. And it keeps him a nice, healthy, shiny coat. I use an oatmeal soap. It's good for his skin. The other soap I used to get from him, it used to make him itch. So now I started to get him oatmeal bath soap, and it works great. And I get so many compliments on his shiny coat. Once he's in here, he loves it so much. I don't understand what the chase be about. Why do I have to chase him down to get in here? Because when he's in here, he loves the shower. He really does. He loves it. He loves how it feels. I don't fill the tub up. It's unnecessary. I like showers, so I give Peanut a shower. Peanut normally have waves after I brush him like this. He be having waves in his fur. He really enjoys this. It's very therapeutic. I put it down. He's like, where'd the brush go? You good, Peanut? I gotta go turn the air conditioner off so Peanut doesn't get sick. It's so hard to make it through the day without you. So I pray for night to dream. So I decided to put on something a little more comfortable. This is the one I just had on, but it's a little damp from me getting out the shower. So I decided to put on something dry. Well, not this part, just what you know about that young love? That good love. That old school love. What you know about that? I'm just trying to get that feeling back. Young love. That good love. That old school love. So these curtains are actually sequin. You should see the way he cried when he stepped upon the scene. So here's the story with this headboard. I wanted one of these headboards really bad, but when I looked them up, they were like thousands of dollars, and I was just like, no, I don't want to spend that much for a headboard, but I really want one. So I go to a secondhand boutique that sells furniture. I find an ottoman, a nice long ottoman that's normally used for storage. Like it opens and closes for storage. So instead of using it as an ottoman, I unscrew the top of the ottoman and I take it off, which was the lid. It's kind of like a furniture hack, because if you was to see someone DIY the actual project, they would actually do a lot of work and do the tough part themselves. I kind of went around all of that and went ahead and got the ottoman and unscrewed it from the bottom half and painted it. I painted it. Once I painted it, I added these gems to it. I shined them up, and I got my hot glue gun and I attached them on each one. And voila, this is the finished product. And guess what? I now have a tuft headboard, and I didn't spend more than $10 for it. How amazing is that? I got what I wanted for way less. All because I was willing to do the work. I didn't mind painting it and adding the gems and finding it at a secondhand boutique. And now I have my own tuft headboard. I promised myself that, okay, so don't eat unhealthy food at the movie theater, but cook when you get home. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself something to eat. And then I'm going to pick a good movie to watch. You might have noticed I don't have a television in here. Like I said, a definitely minimalist bedroom. But I don't have a television in here because when I had a television in here before, I never watched it. I used to pay cable and didn't watch TV. So it was just like, all right, what am I paying cable for my bedroom and I don't watch TV? I'm always either on my laptop or on my phone. And so I decided to not have a television this go around and read more. So that's why I have my little nook over there. So that way I could read more and write more. I could do more writing. I could focus on those things. See my little nook? My chair. I call it my Victorian sleigh chair. It's a sleigh. It's a sleigh. Yeah, it's just a little read nook. So the first thing I want to do is make a cocktail. I have been longing for a cocktail. Boom. Cheers. So my mom knows how much I love a good DIY project. So she bought me this for Christmas. I think it was last year. She bought me this last year for Christmas. And the glasses came separately, but this right here, she sent me a roll of this to add to the bottom core of the glass. We first saw a glass similar to this in Piers 1, and I loved it so much, but they cost so much money. I was just like, oh. And for Christmas, she gave me this DIY project, so I did them. I have a couple of them. So, yeah. But tonight I'll be making cocktails in them. So I'm going to show you how I'll make my cocktails. Get some ice on it. Let's get some ice up in the game. We'll put some ice up in there. Then we're going to add some lemon juice. Where's my shaker? Here's my shaker. Love this shaker. I'm gonna rinse it out first. Because I'm not really a drinker. I haven't drank in a while, so I'm gonna put the ice in the shakers. But this is my go-to cocktail. Like, this is my cocktail. Everybody loves my cocktails. Even though I'm not a drinker, I make amazing cocktails. So lemon juice. This is the next best thing, fresh squeeze. I like to put the lemon juice just to cover the ice, right above the ice. So this right here is rum. I normally like to do vodka with it, but this is what I had. So adding some rum to it. Thanks amount. However much you want. It's really no measurements to it. However you want it to taste. Afterwards, I like to add ginger ale soda, but I'll leave that for last because when you go to shake, it'll be a hot mess. So I like to add the ginger ale to the glass afterwards after it's done. I don't know if you know, but now you know. From all the Minute Maid juices, the peach punch is the best one. So I add a little bit peach juice to it. Honey, I'm trying to tell you, this is like the ultimate cocktail. It tastes so good. So we're going to take it. Oh no, not yet. We're not going to shake it yet because we didn't add the wine. Ain't a cocktail without the wine, honey. Pinot Grigio is my choice of wine. It's acting like it ain't want to come open. Pinot Grigio is my choice of wine. Like I said, you can add as much. Well, with wine, you can add as much as you want. I know I do. An amazing cocktail. Like if your boyfriend comes over for the evening and you're cooking for him, and you sit him down with this cocktail, he is gonna fall in love. I'm just saying, this cocktail will do it. I can already imagine how it tastes. So let's pour it in a glass. It's so cold. Everything's chilled. The soda's chilled. The juice is chilled. The wine is chilled. The lemon juices. Everything is chilled already. And I added ice inside the shaker. So we just going to add the soda to the glass last. Because you can't shake that. But it's very much needed in this cocktail. Let me get me a stirrer. Huh, where's my stirrer? That's fine. I'll use this. Get me a little knife and stir this, this bad boy with the soda in it. And voila. Heaven. Heaven, that's all I'm saying. Whoa, girl. All you need is a little fruit on the side. It's ravioli, cheese, spinach, salmon. What else do I need? That's it. Oh. So I'll take my fresh salmon, and I rinse it. Rinsing that salmon off. Fresh salmon. I cannot have salmon if it's not fresh. I don't want nothing in the bag already with salt. Packed down with salt to keep it from going bad. I don't want that. So I'll let the salmon sit here while it drains. My cocktail. Image. So I let my salmon dry after I rinse it. Pat it dry with a paper towel. And proceed to seasoning. So I don't use salt. It's just preference. I like to use salt-free seasonings. I don't like to use salt. I don't like to use it because I did find this really, really good. This is chili lemon. I never tasted on fish yet, salmon or anything. I have tasted on my chicken and I love it. So I'm gonna try it on here and see. Not a lot, just a little bit, not a lot. So I got the salt-free seasoning. I have my celery seasoning, my celery seed. I add that on there, and can't go wrong with garlic. So add my garlic powder, and then what I do after that, I have my onions. So I'm gonna cut my onions up. So I normally have the onion cut in half, like this. Then I rinse it. I'll put the salmon on first because that takes the longest to cook. So I use some aluminum foil to keep the moisture and juice in the salmon so it doesn't cook out. Preheat the oven to let's say 400. It's a good want to keep it at. So my aluminum foil, so I put my aluminum foil in the pan like this. Place the salmon in the aluminum foil and then proceed to cut the onions over top of it. so low sodium. My dad has high blood pressure and it's hereditary. So I purposely do not add salt to my food. Do not. I learned how to cook through my dad not adding salt to your food. You learn how to use other flavors and other seasonings to have a healthy meal without adding the salt that kills you. So, what I do add to my salmon is butter. I love to add butter to my salmon. I'll say about 3 slices is good. Then you take the aluminum foil and you build it around your salmon. Then you add about a cup of, Then you add half a cup of water. Half a cup of water. And that pretty much does it. Half a cup. Half cup measurement. Once you put it in the oven, salmon doesn't take long, but it takes the longest out of everything that I'm making today, but it doesn't take long. So I would say give it 30 to 35, 40 minutes is the longest you'll need to cook salmon. If you cook it any longer than that, your salmon will start to dry out. This cocktail banging. So after the salmon, the next thing you'll want to do is put the ravioli on. Ravioli takes the next longest to cook because you want to leave your ravioli in the freezer until it's until you're about to cook it. You keep it in the freezer, not the refrigerator. Keep your ravioli frozen until you're about to cook it. Now, this is the ravioli we was looking for at the market. We was trying to say, is this on sale? All the other ones were on sale, but they do not play around with the main lobster ravioli. They just don't. So the one that they had, a pot like this, non-stick. You don't have to be stick, but non-stick, whatever. But a boiling pot. So, put the pot of water on the stove and turn it on. Okay, so this pot of water needs to come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're going to start adding the ravioli to it. And we're going to let it rapidly boil for at least 15 minutes. while we're doing that, while we're waiting for the pot to come to a boil, the pot of water to come to a boil, we're going to rinse our spinach. Okay, so the butter is melted to where I need it to be. And I add my spinach. Ravioli cooking properly. Cut a little bit more and add a little bit more because, like I said, the spinach really cooks down and you almost won't even see it. That's how much it cooks down. Like, spinach really cooks down. Like, a lot looks like a really small amount. But this spinach is going to be delicious. You see how little bit it is already? I mean, look how much we put in the pot and then look how small amount it is. Just going to stir this ravioli up a little bit. Make sure that meat inside is cooking. That's what's important. So because it's seafood, it doesn't take long to cook. So because my spinach cooked down so much, I'm just adding a little bit more, and that's going to cook down as well. So as you can see, that's a lot of spinach stalk, right? But it doesn't look like it after it cooks down. It almost doesn't seem the same. The ravioli is done though. It's done. So when I pour the water, hot water off, I use a metal strainer instead of my plastic one because I don't want it to melt. We're just going to let that drip dry. Now you see all that spinach we added to the pot? This is the spinach. This is the spinach. All that spinach we added. That's why we added more. So that way we could literally have the amount that we need for this dish. any leftovers I have, I like to use these clear bags and storage it for the next day. I'm adding it back to the pot. Turning my spinach off because that's done. So for the ravioli, I'm now going to add my Bertolli creamy basil alfredo. Not a lot. Not a lot. But if it's totally up to you however much you want to add. I personally, this is hot. So I personally do not like to add too much. Just to cover the ravioli. That's it. Because when the salmon comes out, the juice that we made from the salmon broth, from the onions and the seasoning and the juices from the salmon, we're going to also add that to here, to the ravioli and the alfredo sauce, and that's what does it. So we're also going to take the juice from the spinach, the butter and the juices from the spinach, and we're going to add that to the ravioli. We'll give the alfredo a chance to cook for that. So while we're waiting, we're going to put a lid on it. But let's check on our salmon and see how that's going. Smells good, that's for sure. Yes, salmon. Look at that. Look at that juicy thing right there. That is just juicified. Juicy. Boom. It don't get much better than that. It don't get juicier than that. That's juicy right there. It don't get juicier than that. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And if it's cooked right, you can remove the salmon and leave the skin behind. You feel me? The skin is still there. We ain't gonna put the skin in our food. We gonna leave the skin right there. You see how that skin's still there? Yeah, if it's cooked right, you can leave the skin there. Got the onions up in there, the spinach up in there, the ravioli, the juice, the fettuccine, creamy basil alfredo sauce, the broth from your salmon. I mean, it just really doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. This is such a delicious. While we waiting for it to cook for just another minute, we gonna drink our cocktail. It's off the hook. It's good. Food good. The cocktails are good. This is actually wasn't even supposed to be this week's setting. I had something totally different planned for this week, but as legend has it, it didn't work out that way. This happened instead, and I'm glad it did, because I'd rather stay in some time, and
Get down with the sexy rapper. Too many niggas in the hood wanna get a better. They wanna get a taste and then they wanna lock it down. Get back before you hear the sound. Thinking it's enough to come home with trick. I'ma need much more, so get off me. Want my body like a snake and I got the venom. And I'm not hurt for fucking with too many men. But tonight I wanna splurge with him and his twin. Fuck what you heard, C notes the word. I am superb when it comes to these verbs. Dismantle they slurs. Still on my grind, writing and rapping, singing and jacking. My niggas be packing, forever we macking. Oh, years old, die soft like a pillow. The middle stay warm like a griddle. I am a star, I just bought the bar and I ain't left the car. But never mind that, it's Blaze on the track. But motherfuckers wanna bring murder back. Hit me off with a glass of Kodiak. By now you should see, I'm not quite like we.
So this is really exciting. This is Royersford Halloween Parade. And it is really a community event. The whole entire community is out here. So I think I'm like at the beginning of the parade. Like I ain't missed nothing yet. That's what's up.